What's up, Sneak Peekers? I'm Hunter Gasaway here, and tonight we're going to be doing an M. Night Shyamalan mini bracket. And so without further ado, we're going to dive in. We have Ryan arguing for Knock at the Cabin, and we have Robbie arguing for Old, covering the new M. Night side of the bracket. So, we'll start with you, Ryan.
How much time do I get?
60 seconds.
Okay.
Nice little opening argument.
Knock at the Cabin is a fantastic thriller. Just came out this past weekend. And honestly, it's just great. Like, no one is doing it like M. Night Shyamalan. He is one of the last genre directors that is really always pushing the envelope with his story, and that's nowhere more apparent than with Knock at the Cabin. He's taking the frame to such, incredible levels. Like, he's really one of the only people who's really using the camera in every frame to tell the story. It's got great performances. Dave Bautista at his very best. Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldridge are incredible, and you've got a great supporting cast as well.
I think we're going to cut you there, and we're going to move over to Robbie's opening argument.
It's a great movie.
Well, what's up, Sneak Peekers? Here I am today arguing for Old. And now, Old, it may not be a good movie, but it is funny. I never felt so hysterical during a movie in a long time since I saw Old, because, the characters in Old, I don't remember their names at all, but they went to the beach and they became old. Like, they got all wrinkly and broken bones and such. And, that one woman who, came to, a little pile of goo, that was crazy. They went to the beach and makes you old.
Wow, compelling argument. Ryan, your response?
Okay, the crazy thing is that Old actually is a good movie, and you're being wild for being like, no, it's not, and also you should be arguing for your own movie. Also, I have it on personal account that Robbie said in the commercial break that Knock at the Cabin was better, and his Letterboxd reviews, Old is a 1.5, Knock at the Cabin is a 2.5. Knock at the Cabin is great. It's a great thriller. Old is a really good movie. People give it too much hate, but it does have some problems, admittedly. But Knock at the Cabin's great. Everyone should go check it out. It's still in theaters now. Support Shyamalan.
Robbie, your response?
Well, yeah, Knock at the Cabin is, technically better, but in terms of my emotions, my feelings, I laughed so much during Old.
It's not a comedy.
And Knock at the Cabin, I did laugh during Knock at the Cabin a bit, mostly when, the planes were, falling and stuff. That was hilarious.
All right, Robbie, compelling argument, but this one's going to Ryan. Robbie kind of shot himself in the foot. So, all right, bring on my new competitors. Let's go. Dalton, Andrew. So now we're going to move on to the Old M. Night side of the old, no pun intended, side of the M. Night bracket. And we have Andrew arguing for The Sixth Sense and Dalton arguing for Signs. So we'll start with you, Dalton. 60 seconds.
Okay, this is, it's an unconventional, it's not Unbreakable and it's not The Sixth Sense. Those are the easy ones to root for. You have an easy layup.
Easy sometimes means best.
I have a case to make, but I think Signs is that unique Shyamalan blend of really, really weird, like that speech where Joaquin Phoenix talks about throwing up drunk at a party and he takes it as proof of God. And then there's another part where Mel Gibson, he arrives at the scene of his wife who's died in a car crash and you genuinely feel bad for him. It's a strange mix of powerful and a little bit cringe.
Compelling. Andrew?
I think Mr. Daltoni Pepperoni said it best himself when he said, I really do have an easy argument here. Sixth Sense is M. Night Shyamalan's movie. It has, and if you don't want to take it from me, look at the critics. IMDb, Letterboxd, Rotten Tomatoes. The Sixth Sense has better reviews in all of those categories than Signs. Additionally, The Sixth Sense has much more cultural and historical significance. Think about how many times the whole scene, the whole quote of I see dead people has been mentioned in other famous movies, in comedies, in horrors, in all types of movies. It has great cultural importance. It has a great performance from Bruce Willis, and I forget the name of the kid, but an amazing performance out of this young little white boy. He's great. He's great. And what does Signs have? Mel Gibson? We're really going to be on the Mel Gibson train?
Hold on.
All
I don't know.
right, we're going to give it to Dalton for a response.
Give this back. First of all, anyone who brings up Rotten Tomatoes in their defense of a movie should be put down. But also, that little kid, his eyes they're unnaturally big and blue. I find it
make fun of little kids.
I find it a little bit unsettling. Honestly, I'd say he's a little scarier than the aliens in Signs. Also, I don't want to be on the Mel Gibson side of things, but his performance in that movie, it was in fact good. And Joaquin Phoenix, you can't forget.
Andrew, your response?
I won't forget Joaquin Phoenix. I think he definitely is the highlight of that film. But let's not forget that the amazing, impeccable Toni Collette is a part of The Sixth Sense, one of the best horror actresses of our generation. And let me also mention this is from 1999, still holds up.
All right,
Still
Andrew.
important.
All right,
It's amazing.
All right. You know, Andrew relied too much on the cultural relevance of Sixth Sense. I'm gonna go swing away, Meryl. We're going with Dalton and Signs. So Ryan, get back up here.
I can scam time after time. First Claire, now Dalton.
What a group of people to be taken over by, though, Clarence.
All right. So we're gonna start with Ryan because he's coming back up here. 30 seconds. Tell me why Knock at the Cabin is better than Signs. Go.
Okay, listen, Knock at the Cabin has gotten, and Signs, both have had a lot of criticisms, and I think very unfairly. I think people expect a lot of things from Shyamalan after seeing something like Sixth Sense, and I think Knock at the Cabin and Signs are both movies that are vastly different than what people expect. Knock at the Cabin I really, really love, though. It's based on a great book, and it's just got such a great supporting cast all the way around. Signs is a good movie, but it is admittedly where people started questioning whether or not M. Night was talented, which I think is stupid. I think he's always been great. Knock at the Cabin is awesome. It's a great movie. Y'all should go see it. Again, please.
See, I'm not going to take cheap shots, and I'm not going to lie. I rated Knock at the Cabin and Signs the same thing, but I just think Signs, it's kind of a classic at this point, and I don't think Knock at the Cabin has been around long enough to stand the test of time. Yeah, and I think overall both have their powerful moments, but Signs made me feel deeper things.
Sometimes when you know ball, you know ball. And I know Knock at the Cabin, it's a banger. I'm sorry. It's really good.
When you know ball.
When you know ball, you know ball. I'm be real.
Well, there you have it, folks. I think even Dalton knows it. When you know ball, you know ball, and
So true.
So I'm gonna have to give it to Dave Bautista and Ryan in Knock at the Cabin, and we're gonna, give it up, studio audience. Come on, big round of applause. No, we don't like Dave Bautista.
How many of you have seen Knock at the Cabin?
We don't like Rupert Grint. Ron Weasley's in this film.
Signs, let me hear it for Signs.
I'm an Unbreakable Man myself, but we'll see you next week, sneak peekers.
Yeah.